Jason, very good morning to you. How excited are you about the day ahead?
Morning, JT. Yeah, no, we're like a champagne bottle ready to pop. We're fizzing to go. It's a day that gets circled on my calendar at the start of the season every year. So BA's got me a good book of rides, and this year looking forward to getting on track and getting amongst it.
6 days ago, obviously you had a little bit of hiccup, but you rode on Wednesday. You're feeling good and you're in the right sort of physical shape, obviously cleared by the doctors to be right at your best today.
Yeah, big thanks to NZTR and all the staff that helped me get through the concussion test and everything. To be honest, I felt like crap on Wednesday riding. Thursday, I was much better, and we did everything we could to get the body into perfect shape today. And I'm sitting in the car, and I feel fantastic today. My preparation's been as good as I can get. Obviously, it was a little bit of a hiccup last Saturday, but apart from that, everything's tip-top shape now.
What's the feeling like this year with Vern and me compared to last year before Vinda Dance? Obviously, we saw Vinda Dance win it last year, and we've seen a lot of that success. Is there any similarities or any differences between how you're approaching the race?
Well, I heard a few people trying to compare the two horses, and for me, there's absolutely no comparison. They're both good staying horses, and that's as close as it comes. Vinda Dance, he's an on-speed horse that like to cut out the track and was just as tough as teak, which is seen again last week. Vern and me, he's a colt. He's a little bit more precocious. He's got a good turn of foot, and he can sustain a long run, but he likes to race at the back half of the field. So their racing patterns are quite different. One's a big brute of a horse, and one's a beautiful specimen, Vern and me. So there's not a lot of similarities, although they both come out of the Avondale Guineas finishing third, and hopefully they can frank that form and win the Derby again.
Swinging into the straight in the Avondale Guineas, what was the feel that he was giving you?
He lucked out from barrier rise to winning post, which suggests to me that he was feeling that inside foot from the mishap. So to get as close as he did and do what he did was a fantastic run. I don't think I was overly vigorous on him, although we were still trying hard. He was never hammered to the line, and he's going to take natural improvement out of that. It was 5 weeks between runs. Now he puts on the 2 weeks back up, and the word I'm hearing from Stephen and Cliffy at track with Rider is all first class.
Yeah, they're very confident, and it was great to get out there on Tuesday to pick up their thoughts, and therefore that confidence, Jason, I assume must flow through to you?
Yeah, very confident. I was extremely hopeful last year with Vinda Dance. This year I'm probably more confident. I'm on a horse that's going to run 1, 2, 3. With the right run and running, I'm definitely on a definite winning chance.
Without giving all your tactics away, what would be an ideal scenario for you? We know derbies don't often pan out ideally, but what would be ideal for you?
Yeah, I haven't seen too many winners in probably the last 10 years of the derby sit first or sit second and second last and last. They're always in between, probably about 4th and 12th going out of the straight. I'd love to have probably 4 back, but from barrier 11, I might be chancing that. He may be a spot further back. My first initial reaction would just be to get him settled and get him as close to that rail as we can, and we'll worry about the second half of the race from the 800 metres onwards.
Who's the horse to beat? Is it your Cambridge friend and Surely Sacred, or what other horses are you sort of keeping close eyes on?
Personally, I'd be surprised if the winner doesn't come out of the trifecta of the Avondale Guineas. I think In a Twinkling was massive, and Surely Sacred is just an absolute beautiful horse. He's doing it all on his first prep. He's a multiple Group 2 winner on the course. He's done everything asked of him. In a Twinkling, he was just massive in the Avondale Guineas, and they might not run the trifecta, but I'd be very surprised if the winner doesn't come out of those 3 horses.
All the best for the Group 1 Derby. You've got other rides, though, as you mentioned, some really interesting rides. Santa Catarina, you get aboard her. What can you tell us about her chances today?
Yeah, well, look, she's carries 57. She's the only stakes winner in the race, so that puts her in good position. She's got a good barrier draw. Her trial, I thought, was really encouraging at Tiaraha a few weeks back. I give her a top chance today.
Is she the type of filly that you might be able to sort of use her to hold a spot from the draw?
Yeah, she has shown a little tendency to over-race. She can just hold her breath a little bit in trap work. We purposely rode her very neutral at the trials at Te Aroha and rode her back last, and she settled great. So if she jumps well and I can get her settled, I'd like to hold the trail. Otherwise, we may just have to sacrifice the spot and come back one more. She's got the finishing burst to get over top of them, but the trail would be the ideal plan if I can get there without pushing.
It's the Pond Premium Recruitment over 1,200 metres. The McKee Family Sunline Vase is the 6th on the program, and Clementina is $8.50. Look, she's a filly that's sort of been there, hasn't she, Jason? But obviously still a maiden, and you continue your association with the daughter of Savabeel.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly to ride. She's very cool and calm. She doesn't overexert herself one bit. She could run 2,500 metres out today if needed be. She's very down. She's just got a little bit of a habit of playing up in the barriers and missing the kick, so I'm really hoping today she can get away on terms instead of the third line. And you've seen what she did at Taranaki over 1,800, and if she's 2 or 3 lengths off them at the corner over 2,100 today, she's going to be powering home.
Yeah, how important will it be that you can sort of get that little bit closer in the running out of the barriers?
Yeah, well, that's obviously going to depend on how she jumps in her barrier manner. She's got a little bad habit of rearing in the barriers quite bad, so we can't quite time that sometimes, so that's just going to be on her. But if she does jump away, she's going to give herself a much better opportunity to win the race than if she has to be coming back from 5 to 6 minutes off them.
John Barry presented King Louie last start in great order, and you unlocked with the ride a pretty special performance. He will top the weights in the Mufasa Fast Track Stakes and carry the same as Bit Lippy. What are you hoping to see from King Louie today?
Well, if he produces that performance, he's going to be very hard to beat again. It was a career best performance for him the other day. He's always shown huge amounts of ability. He's a big, beautiful, robust horse. He's just had a real tendency to go hard early in his races, and I think riding him back for the first time, and especially being at Ellerslie the first time, we just tricked him a little bit, and he didn't over-race for me, and then he showed what sort of sectionals he could reel off over 600 metres. So there seems to be a little bit of speed in it, but mainly from the 2 horses drawn 1 and 2. So if they jump and stack the speed and he gets pulling, he may just undo himself. But they run it at genuine tempo, and I've got him in the 3rd or 4th line. He can definitely do what he did to him again last start.
It sounds like how he's racing now, the strong preference would sort of have him just behind them with a little bit of cover and unleash that turn of foot that he showed.
That's definitely ideal, just to try and get him to switch off. We know if I give him a little click out of the gate, he could lead that field on the ear, but I don't really think that's in toward of how he really wants to be racing now, and he showed that last start of what he can do if he can relax. So we'll try and go with that mould again and see if we can get the same result.
Excellent book of rides. Raposa Rapida is one of your rides. Swiss Watch, also Fiscal Fantasy in the last race. Look, can you, outside of Vern and me, can you find a horse that you think's most likely to win out of those?
Fiscal Fantasy is just an absolute sweetheart. I adore her. But, she's just her 7th run this campaign. She's had 1 barrier draw inside 10, and that's the only time she's been able to win. Again, she's drawn 12 out of 14 again today. I feel sorry for her. She's going to have to get back, and she's not big enough to go around them. You can't make an early run. You've got to wait for some gaps. So if she sneaks up the fence and they roll off and she gets an inside run, she can win. But, if she drew an inside barrier today, I thought she could have won that race. Raposa Rapida is running honestly without winning, but he'll put himself thereabouts. But probably Santa Catarina. I'm really looking forward to riding her, starting the day off on a good note.
All the very best to you, Jason. I hope it's a safe day for all involved in the racing today, both jockeys and riders. Jason Waddell, who rides Vern and me primarily in the Vodafone New Zealand Derby.